Are you live over there?
Yep.
All right. No. All right. We are live. There we go. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gem in the Crypto episode 228. Today is Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.
Hump Day.
August 15th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
What's going on? Crypto Q, Banger Committee, Alpha Robbins, Tessa Hall. Good morning.
Tessa.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good morning.
Oh, yeah. And everybody on Facebook coming in. Petnika White, thank you for joining.
There we go. Who won the free Satoshi yesterday? Let's get started.
All right. Well, we had one comment, but didn't really refer to our question about whether or not ICOs should change their business model to crowdfunding. So nobody wanted these Satoshis. However, was a pretty good comment basically saying that they should go that route and that crowdfunding are probably better than what they're doing now. Because if it can keep the SEC out of your hair, then that's always better. So shout out to that one comment, but no free Satoshis for today.
No free Satoshis.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, top story today. Venezuela to use Petro as unit of account for salaries, goods, and services. I actually saw like a little 8-minute thing on YouTube yesterday about everything that's going on in Venezuela. Madness, I tell you. It looks like Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro, if he still is a president, I don't know if he's president dictator now, has announced that the national oil-backed cryptocurrency, the Petro, be used as a unit of account within the country. News outlet ABC International reported August 14. Looks like he's being quoted as saying, as of next Monday, Venezuela will have a second accounting unit based on the price, the value of the Petro. It will be a second accounting unit of the Republic and will begin operations as a mandatory accounting unit of all PDVSA oil industry.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on with Nick?
Well, they should have had a picture of him throwing a Hail Mary, because that's basically what this is. Because Maduro is basically at the point of no return. They're estimated to have over 1,000,000% of hyperinflation. I mean, how do you explain that as a president? You basically just have to throw stuff at the wall, hope it sticks at this point. So it looks like they're actually, pegged a few of their or their actual index to the Petro, and that in my opinion, going forward, it won't really work. However, this is a good test. I think that Venezuela is like the testing ground for what will happen if you use crypto or a national oil-backed cryptocurrency and use it as a unit of account. Obviously, you can't reverse, years of corruption, years of financial independence, all in a few weeks. Yeah. So, his quotes on, making an improvement for the workers, we'll see. And maximum retail price to reappear, I doubt it. But, Maduro, he has his own problems. He got drones blowing up in his face. You got people supposedly trying to kill him. So, like I said, I think this is just a Hail Mary attempt to reconcile his country's finances, because right now it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. I mean, why not, though?
Yeah.
Like I said, everything's going against the man, and he's like, hey, might as well double down.
Yeah.
Start making new currency.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, come on, Dan the man. You already know what we're talking about. You know what?
I already know.
We had that story last, but let me go ahead and scroll it on up second since you specifically asked.
Yep.
Shitcoin Ethereum price will fall below $100, says BitMEX CEO. That is right. As my old college coach used to say, I smack you on the ass and you crap in my hand. It's basically saying is that I give you an attaboy, you disrespect me. And it looks like, Arthur Hayes, he was on live. We had nothing but positive things to say about him a couple weeks ago. But Arthur Hayes came out and said, hey, everybody pay attention. In my opinion, Ethereum, he says it's a crap coin basically. He looks like stirred the pot on Tuesday when using, they said, some colorful illustrations. He predicted the Ethereum prices on track to plunge to double-digit price levels.
Yep.
Wow. He said the VC investor who has never suffered the vagaries of the market is as green as the noob who thinks he or she can go from 1 to 100 Bitcoin in a few trading days. They don't have the mental strength to cut positions, to limit further losses, or back up the truck and buy opportune dips, even though they are down. More importantly, LPs can now see an objective last price for a particular token and can't be hoodwinked. They will attempt to be a Monday morning quarterback, and that only adds to the VC investors' anxiety. At a certain point, they'll go F it and dump everything they can. He might be right. That's the point we're actually reaching for a lot. So
yeah, I mean, when I read through it, honestly, what he was saying made sense, because I've seen that from a lot of other traders. who have discussed Ethereum, because when you talk about the price of Ethereum, for one, when it got to 1,200, I already knew that was ridiculous. It shouldn't even, cross 1,000. However, like I said, FOMO, ICOs last year were a new hot thing. And a lot of these developers and new CEOs who created these companies, they have Ethereum, they have it dumped. They've lost, millions sitting on it, can't really pay, a lot of people. And I kind of share his sentiment as far as it going away. I don't think it's as bad. I don't think it's as much of a shitcoin as the other ones. However, because it does have some utility. However, we don't see a lot of activity in dApps. You don't really see Ethereum being used as a payment system. Also, long term, if ICOs get shown as a security, will Ethereum maybe fall into that list? I know they've stated that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not, but with the DAO and the 150 million that they lost and then took back with the forks, it's a pretty convoluted mess. And honestly, I mean, they've lost, a lot. I think about 80% of their value since the all-time high. So I will listen to Arthur Hayes. Arthur Hayes is one of the insiders. He owns one of the most popular exchanges.
He knows something.
If not, he knows something. And I think this either is a warning for people, or it could be him expressing how Ethereum may end up long-term. I don't think the fall is all going to happen in one day, But I have seen a lot of people talk about sub 100 levels being more of the intrinsic price, rather than where it's at now at around 300. So wouldn't be surprised.
And piggybacking on that, man, it kind of goes along with the fact that how many people or how many ICOs are launched under the Ethereum platform. Of course, a lot of these ICOs will get rich quick schemes.
Yep.
So they wanted to sell that money back into fiat currency, and that's what they've been doing, and that's what they're continuing to do. So the price, and not just regular ICOs, you talk about airdrops. Airdrops, we talk about Bitcoin Cash.
Inflated a lot of the price.
Bitcoin Gold, all these airdrops from different coins, that was, quote unquote free money that people directly sold back into Bitcoin or Ethereum, depending on the platform, and then they just cashed out with it. So, I mean, if you getting $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 plus of airdrops, you converting that back into these native currencies and selling it. I think that has a lot to do with the price dropping as well. So.
Oh yeah, and it says nothing really about the technology. It does have a ways to go. However, when you have an exchange saying they don't want to deal with Ethereum transactions, the underlying asset is going to stay Bitcoin, even though it's trading Ethereum versus USD. They literally don't want to deal with the problems that come with Ethereum because they've had hacks, they've had smart contracts that don't work, the ability to send and receive based on gas payments is sometimes too high. So
still a lot of issues.
It's still a lot of issues, but from a technology standpoint, you still have Microsoft having Ethereum as a part of their coding language as a part of their platform on Azure now. You see Ethereum being implemented into a lot of different long-term projects. But for a price right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes below 100 and on down to the 40s. But
that is bad news.
But honestly, this is the crypto market. Tomorrow we could wake up and Vitalik and some other people come up with a new way for apps to become popular, and the price goes to 1,000. So who knows?
What if we had?
But Bitcoin is here with
Casper?
you. Yeah. No.
What if Casper was here? You could talk to him.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that can save it right now.
Right. Playboy sues Canadian blockchain firm for fraud and breach of contract.
Oh man.
What? Beverly Hills. You need to go see them. See a Playboy. You need to get a statement from you. Beverly Hills-based Playboy Enterprises is suing Canadian firm Global Blockchain Technologies, claiming that it failed to integrate blockchain technology into Playboy's online media channels. The Los Angeles Times reported August 14. What's going on with Playboy?
Oh, yeah. Well, they filed a lawsuit in L.A. They said that this company didn't actually build the smart contracts or the token that they needed. It was called the Vice Industry Token, which would have been you would have been able to pay for Playboy's media on their site with this token. However, they're saying that they omitted a $4 million payment.
So they just took the money.
So they just took the money and basically was like, yeah, we can create it, but we didn't give you actual time limit. How long it would take.
Playboy get played, boy? No.
I know, right? But they did raise. This is another one of those projects. They raised $22 million in Ethereum. First 24 hours of their ICO. Didn't actually have the product ready. It was just like a promise that it would happen. And when we have these adult entertainment industries, when they start saying they accept tokens, it's always a big. I mean, I think Pornhub, when they announced Verge, the number of people visiting their site increased as well. But if you don't deliver a product, get ready to go to court because that's what's about to happen right now. And Playboy has long money.
Now I'm trying to figure out, I mean, is that something we can just set up for them? Because if so, you need to give them a call today.
Hey, man, we could
go right around the corner. Look, y'all gave them $4 million. Man, look, give me $100,000. Make this
I have your token tomorrow.
Right, I was just about to say, we'll have you everything tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. GitHub, copy and paste. Let's go.
They just wanted to incorporate the already made Vice token, though, right?
Yeah, and they just wanted to incorporate it into their own platform.
I'm not understanding what happened.
The company didn't incorporate it. They don't have any. There is no Vice token being used on Playboy right now.
I mean, but why not? They didn't know what to do.
I don't know. I think honestly, most of these companies, they have a good vision, but they don't have the manpower to do it, or they don't have the roadmap that's available to do it, and it may have taken too long. Playboy might have said, "Hey, do it in 6 months," and they're like, "Oh, it's been a year. You still haven't done anything." So
I want to look into this because this might be an easy bag over here. We're both figure that out.
Oh yeah.
High Times would not accept Bitcoin for his IPO. I don't know if this is a media thing or what happened, but it looks like marijuana media group High Times Holding Corp has decided not to accept Bitcoin in his IPO, according to an August 13th filing with the U.S. SEC. The decision runs counter to the company's August 3rd announcement, of course, where they wanted that free PR from crypto investors.
Yeah, good marketing.
And now they're pulling it.
Yeah.
They're saying that, it's pretty disheartening again. I'm not sure why they're saying it. Was there a reason they gave?
Well, I think it was more of a gangster decision from the SEC.
That's what I'm thinking.
The way the SEC did it was like, yeah, that announcement was a mistake. Yeah. The press release was distributed in error as the company will not be accepting Bitcoin as payment for shares. They basically just told them they will not be accepting Bitcoin as payment for shares. As provided in the company's subscription agreement related to the offering, the company will only be accepting check, credit card, ACH,
that's definitely
wire
gangster.
They just gangstered it right out of their hands. They were like, nah, this ain't going down.
We already letting y'all fly under the radar with this marijuana thing in general. And you want to add crypto on top of it?
Oh, man. Yeah, you're going too far. Take your chips and get out the casino, man. You already ahead. You had the IPO coming. You got the Reg A, Regulation A, approved. Just go forth. But in my opinion, they gangstered them out of it and said, yeah, do it if you want, but you won't be able to accept any of the money you raise. So in my opinion, this is SEC being who they are.
And it's unfortunate because a lot of cannabis companies do want to use crypto, and we talked to them personally who told us, yeah, the government is telling us no. Yeah. They are telling us if we do it, we're in a world of trouble.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be like that scene off of Bad Boys 2 when they came into the Jamaican shop and started busting it up.
Yeah,
Bad Boys 2 or 3, whatever.
That's pretty much what SEC did to the IPO.
Yeah, that's it. They'll come in with some sticks, some hammers, start dancing, and start breaking stuff. So yeah,
I just let them know like how long you want this to last. Let me know. But yeah, I think they just gangster their way out of it, and they'll do it to other companies who. If High Times knew that they could do this, then they acted the way they supposed to.
They said the press release was distributed in error. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and you just telling us today.
Yeah,
that you did something by mistake. I'm like, come on. High Times, say the truth.
Yeah.
Blink twice if you need help. We understand. We got you.
Hey, just put a QR code on the back of your magazine.
Right. Really. Something as simple as that, they would, no one ever notices.
Yeah, because you can still accept Bitcoin for tips. That's one thing I tell people in the cannabis industry. Just say you accept it for tips. Put it on a jar, and then it's just tips at that point. So,
it's crazy.
This is crazy. But
yeah, Kobe feels that keeping cash at stores is a huge problem for pot shops. It is. I actually met a couple of those who own dispensaries or products, at least in the cannabis industry, and they actually do accept Bitcoin on an individual basis. Like if they see you or whatever, because they had one at the Bitcoin event I went to, the meetup I went to a week or so ago. There was a marijuana company there, but they said they didn't have a storefront delivered. There was just a brand that delivered directly to stores. But since they were only pushing their brand out, they were like, hey, we can accept it here at this event.
Yep.
So they want to, and they, a lot of people we talked to say they want to, but
I'm sure a lot of them have on a bigger scale.
Sure.
If they need to exchange cash for crypto,
if I had $1 million to spend on cannabis, they'd be like, oh yeah, we could accept crypto.
We got all this cash anyway.
We can make it happen now. We're just not advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, it sucks that they had to. Come on, it's something as simple as an IPO. You're telling them they can't accept Bitcoin. You're right. That definitely was a U.S. SEC tap.
Yeah, and I don't even think they told High Times. They probably just put it out. It's like, oh yeah, they spoke, out of turn. They didn't mean to say that, and then High Times just got to accept it. Just got to take it at this point.
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
The code for an anonymous Lightning network is now live. What?
Oh,
Lightning Network is due for a privacy boost, according to Dr. Ayo Akinyele, a computer scientist who has focused his efforts on building a Zcash implementation of anonymous off-chain payment architecture called BOAT. And today, that work was published on Microsoft's own GitHub. People need to start adding that when they say GitHub.
Yeah, Microsoft's
GitHub. What's going on with Lightning Network and BOAT and all this amazing privacy that's coming toward it?
Oh yeah, well, as much as we love Bitcoin, it did have a couple of drawbacks that didn't make it completely great and perfect. It does need certain things. The two biggest things, the two biggest issues were scalability and privacy. And with scalability, one of the things you want to be able to do is process a lot of payments in a short period of time without actually increasing the blocks like Bcash. But you keep 1 megabyte blocks. However, you can actually build on top of that with something called the Lightning Network, where you can actually have numerous transactions through different payment channels, very scalable. And the next one was privacy. So now we have something called BOLT, which is actually a way for you to send anonymous private transactions on the Lightning Network, which it's been around. Like I said, we keep telling people technology, whenever they start coming up with new ideas, it takes time. They've actually started writing this in 2016. So it took 2 years of testing, going back testing, failing, going back and back testing again. Things don't happen overnight, people, but when they do get released, like now this code can be vetted by the best developers in the world. A lot of investment and long-term investment people who actually look at the technology of Bitcoin should be excited, because if you solve the two biggest problems with Bitcoin, at some point, a lot of the altcoins will go away, and the fiat currency system, which we, joined Bitcoin for, will have to, check itself at the door, because if I can pay faster and cheaper and anonymous, I don't really see a reason to use, fiat currency over time.
Anything else.
Yeah, to use anything else. So this is one of the things that we always talk about from a technology standpoint. You got to make sure you keep up with it, because things like Bolt on top of the Lightning Network should be one of the best technological advancements in this space so far. So good to see there. And, with Zcash, of course, being a part of that, Zcash is known for its anonymous shielded transactions. So we'll see how this goes. It's good to see now.
It looks like it's actually a ton of payment. It's 89 comments on here, so people are actively, as you can see now, inserting different codes and what they think should be what. All this is a language I don't understand, people. But as you see, I know where to find it and where to verify it. But if you're interested in checking out more, you can see right here is on GitHub. It's also in the article, whatever they have the link to the GitHub link is at.
Yep.
And yeah. Kudos to that group, or a couple of developers, like with 2 developers worked on, 2 or 3.
Yep. So and that's all it really takes. You just need time. If you don't have the manpower of IBM or of Microsoft, if you have a small development team, all you need is a few dedicated people and enough time to build it out, and you should be all good. Because now other people will build on top of it.
Right. That's a good question, Kobe Fields. How will this change privacy coins like Monero and Zcash?
Won't really, change it. However,
not right now.
It'll be different options, so to say, for privacy. And we keep telling people that privacy coins are going to be the most scrutinized and the most used coin in the next few years to come, if they keep pushing down the regulation on Bitcoin and other coins. So good to see there if you have these capabilities.
And Monero in general. Well, first, Monero and Zcash is almost like, are you going to take a Lyft, a Uber, or if you're in New York, a Git, a taxi? So, it's still different options for the same market. So it's kind of the same thing. Different options for the same market of privacy. But also, it's a couple things out there where, people are saying maybe Monero may be something other than what we think. Time will tell.
Yep.
So it would be one of those Zcash, Monero. Maybe one of them might not last the long race. So we'll see.
Yeah, they both have dedicated communities, though. So
they definitely do.
So we'll see.
All right, for the free Satoshis today, what are we doing?
Oh, yeah. So for the free Satoshis, there was a guy, he goes by the name Mr. Money Mustache, actually called Bitcoin stupid. And yesterday he actually tweeted out that Capital One froze $309,000 of his money that he cannot use. So I'm guessing that if he had Bitcoin, he would have a different outlook. He actually changed the way he thought about it. And we want to hear your opinion. Do you think that people who get their money frozen by bank accounts or can't send it should have the option to convert it to Bitcoin, or should convert to Bitcoin? Let us know, and we will send you those free Satoshis. Because when banks act up, if you don't have a backup, what can you do? So let us know, and or do you think banks should keep it from you or not allow you to move your money? Let us know, and we'll send those free Satoshis.
Wow. Here he is saying, wow, at Capital One, just froze my bank account and all $309,000 of cash I had collected for an upcoming house purchase.
Hey, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a tough story. So if it happened to you, what would you do? I think some good ideas
call
out there.
911.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why he was tweeting. I would have been at the bank.
Tell them I have been froze out of my accounts. All right, so you heard what you need to do for that free crypto, those free Satoshis. Go ahead and answer that, and we'll be sure to send those to you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Till then, happy hump day, people. Cheers.
Have a good one.